All right, we're on, guys.
He's the most beautiful person in the world. He has like no hair.
You may have to give out Berman.
All right, I'm going to start. Good evening. On behalf of the Wayne Hills High School community, I would like to welcome you to the Scholarships and Awards program for the class of 2004. As many of you are aware, our school is going through an accreditation for growth process for our middle states accreditation. The unique thing about this process is that many of the stakeholders, in fact, all of the stakeholders in the community, are a part of the process. So it's a pleasure tonight to have all of the stakeholders in the success of our young adults, our seniors, present to enjoy their accomplishments. The students are here, of course, the parents. We'd like to thank the teachers and the department chairs as well, the many community members, our Board of Education representatives, the central office, and of course our building administration. We thank you all for all the contributions and behind the scenes things that you do to make nights like this possible. Also, this is the first senior class whose feedback will be contributing to the formation of school objectives. And as we move forward in this area, we think that's very important that we hear from this very valued group of stakeholders who shortly will be in other roles as stakeholders, voting, constituents, community members, parents, and business leaders of tomorrow. We look for the further empowerment of all of us, and the district will embrace these stakeholders and move forward collaboratively with the vision of addressing mutually developed and prioritized issues. A couple of program notes. We will be taking a break about midway through, depending on the length of our speakers and our community presentations. We do not have air conditioning tonight. Our large unit is being replaced over the summer, so we hope that even though you have graduating seniors, that you can enjoy this facility with air conditioning next year. I pointed out to some of our seniors, and they're very astute, that this may be the very last time that they have assigned seats. A few people were grousing about the fact that they had assigned seats, but to make the program move more efficiently, that's what we decided. As I said that this will be the last time, I was reminded that the protocol in the corporate world just may provide assigned seats. So we have some people that are thinking ahead here, and I'm sure the corporate world is looking forward to the participation of these students. Yeah. We again would like to thank all the supporting people, and we'll now turn our attention to the seniors who have distinguished themselves as the leaders and achievers of our school community. On behalf of the Board of Education, Mrs. Karen Hershaft would like to share a few thoughts. Mrs. Hershaft?
Thank you and good evening. On behalf of the Board of Education, I would like to congratulate all of tonight's recipients. I'd like to congratulate your parents and the staff of Wayne Hills High School. We know how hard you have worked the last 4 years, and we are very proud of your achievements. Again, congratulations to the class of 2004.
Okay, I would like to introduce Dr. Richard Link, our Superintendent of Schools.
This is always a wonderful evening at Wayne Hills High School where members of the community, faculty, the parents, and the students themselves join together to recognize our graduating seniors and to present awards. It's just a wonderful example of the entire school community getting together for a very positive purpose. And I'd like to congratulate each and every one of the students receiving awards this evening. You've made us proud. Go on and have a great life and enjoy the award you're receiving this evening. Thank you.
Okay, we will now commence with our presentations. Presenting the Burlex Science Scholarship will be Mr. Al Raffini, our teacher of science. Mr. Raffini.
Greetings, class of 2004. Remember one of our itinerant philosophers, one of my favorites, Satchel Paige, said, of course he said, don't look back, something might be gaining, but he said something much more prolific. He said, life keeps throwing you curveballs. You got to keep fouling them off. Remember that. And now it is a pleasure to give the first award. And when I had this young man in class, I understood his scholarship, his drive, his intelligence, and so did the Burlex Company, receiving the Science Scholarship Award. And I also told him that I'm getting old, my parts are wearing out. He's going to be a doctor, and a fine one. And I know that already. Jeffrey Kornitzer.
The Bethany Korean Community Scholarship will be presented by Dr. E. Young Lee.
Good evening, everyone. On behalf of the Korean congregation of the Korean Church, I'd like to present this award to an outstanding student, Dana Bachner.
The Boston Scientific Corporation Scholarship will be presented by Mr. Michael Jordan.
I know I always disappoint people because I'm a short white guy with hair. Good evening. On behalf of Boston Scientific in Wayne, New Jersey, a medical device company, we're proud to present this $1,000 scholarship to a student who has the aptitude and desire for a career in healthcare, has a minimum GPA of 3.0, and has performed community service related to the healthcare field. I'm pleased to announce that the recipient is Allison Kwiatkowski. Congratulations, Allison.
Okay, the BP Consumer America Scholarship is presented for scholastic performance and citizenship qualities. The recipient of this award is Young Un Jenny Lee, who will be going to Rutgers studying biology, and Amy Szyminski, who will be going to the College in New Jersey to study law. The Breyer Animal Creation Scholarship requires our student to be above average in his or her scholastic record, pursuing higher education as an equine or animal-related field or veterinary medicine, and is actively involved with animals, demonstrates leadership, good sportsmanship, and service to the community or school. And the winner of this award is Alicia Gonsalves, who is studying pre-vet at Gulf University in Ontario, Canada. And she is not with us tonight, but we would like to congratulate her for this award. The Commerce Bank Scholarship. And the criteria here is continuing education in a 4-year college or university. The recipient is Neil Ascione, Rutgers School of Engineering. He wants to be a civil engineer. Neil? Congratulations. Okay. It's good to hear them cheer each other on. The Coldwell Bankers Associates of Wayne will present for continuing education in a 4-year college or university and for participation in extracurricular activities. The recipient of this award is Catherine Kofer. She's going to Seton Hall University to study biology and pre-dental. Catherine. Okay. Congratulations. You'll get the check for the mail. Okay. Okay. The next award will be the Danny Afflito Memorial Scholarship to be presented by Joseph Afflito.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Joe Afflito, Jr. I'm here on behalf of the Danny Afflito Memorial Scholarship Fund to present an award of $3,000, which we decided this year would be split between a young man and a young woman. This scholarship is being given in remembrance of my brother who was killed on September 11th. The winners are Matthew Carrick, $1,500. And the young lady is Carrie O'Keefe, $1,500. Thank you.
The next award will be the David A. Fite Memorial Scholarship, and I'd like to have Fran Fite please come up to give this award.
Good evening. My husband, Dr. David Fite, was a 1976 graduate of Wayne Valley High School. After his passing in July 2002, a group of his dedicated friends formed the David Fite Memorial Foundation. The mission of this foundation is to support youth activities, especially in our own community. I know David would be so pleased that we're able to provide this scholarship at Wayne Hills, the school that our children will soon attend. The recipient of the $2,000 2004 David Fite Memorial Scholarship is Irina Pustovalova. Congratulations to all of tonight's winners.
I will take that on her behalf. Thank you. Okay, this down below. The Gerard and Ella Berman Philanthropic Fund grant will be presented by me tonight, and I would like to give this award on their behalf to Melissa Anderson. The Gordon Johnston Memorial Fund Award will be presented by Mr. Edward Zambrano, the chairperson of the Scholarship and Honors Board. Mr. Zambrano.
Okay. It is my pleasure to present the Gordon Johnston Memorial Fund Award to Tamim Kadash.
As you're probably aware, most of the students probably have Mr. Zambrano for some type of advanced math where no one really knows what's going on or what the problems are. I think that was their way of telling him, we're going to college, thank God. Okay. The Jerome Pinsky Award, sponsored by the Wayne Rotary Club, will be presented by Mrs. Diane Baselli.
Good evening. Jerome Pinsky was a past president of the Wayne Rotary Club. He was very involved in the community and loved by everyone. They established this scholarship following his death to a student who is pursuing an accounting finance career. I'm very pleased to present the award to Brian O'Neill.
The Jewish War Veterans Ladies Auxiliary 695 in Wayne, this award will be presented by Mr. Edward Zambrano.
On behalf of the Jewish War Veterans Ladies Auxiliary number 695, I am pleased to present this scholarship to Sean Andres.
The Marilyn Mezzi Memorial Scholarship will be presented by Mr. Ernest Mezzi.
Back in the late 1960s, a young college co-ed at Lock Haven State Teachers College in Pennsylvania declared her major as Spanish. Her motives were not necessarily altruistic. The truth be told, her motivation was that in her senior year, she would be offered the opportunity to pack her bags, leave her hometown of Linwood, Pennsylvania, cross the mighty expanse of the ocean Atlantic, and study for a full year at the University of Valencia. Originally inspired by a sense of adventure, she soon came to have a passion for the Spanish language, its people, the culture, and their literature. She lived with a Spanish family. Her name back then was Marilyn Wasley, later to become Marilyn Mezzi, thanks to me. She once told me that the best way to learn the language was to have a Spanish boyfriend or girlfriend, and so she did. His name was Juan. She eventually returned to this country, without Juan, thank God, and came to the Wayne school system in 1970. In later years, wherever we would travel, Mexico City, Cancun, the Dominican Republic, she became, in her own small way, an ambassador for our country. Her warm and engaging personality just seemed to win people over. Her journey through life was not without its challenges. For the last 27 of her 54 years, she lived with the specter of a serious illness. And yet during that time, we had 2 children, Michael and Lauren, with some help from me, of course. She worked on her graduate courses over those years, and in fact, at the time of her illness last year, she was in the midst of writing her graduate thesis. She had to stop within a few weeks of her passing. However, William Patterson University saw fit to award her master's degree in education posthumously. Mrs. Mezzi should be remembered for the hope, the strength, the courage that she displayed during her lifetime. That legacy, may it be passed on this evening to the recipient of the scholarship in Mrs. Mezzi's memory. This student studied Spanish, I believe, for 4 years, was a member of the Spanish Club. I understand he's going to major in finance and will be going on to New York University. The scholarship is awarded to Rishi Desai.
Thank you, Mr. Mezzi. The Michael J. Lafredo Scholarship is our next award. The scholarship is awarded in memory of Michael J. Lafredo, one of our former students. His life was tragically cut short by a serious illness. His parents, Joe and Rose, have established this award for a student who will attend a college in New Jersey and also works part-time. The winner of this award, who is going to Rutgers to study accounting, is Jason Jablonski. Jason is not with us tonight. Okay. The Pines Lake Women's Club Achievement Award will be presented by Mrs. Joan Riley.
Good evening. I like this better. Last year we all sat up here and the students were down there, so I like this situation much better. Thank you. The Pines Lake Women's Club every year presents scholarships in achievement to 2 young women. And this year is my privilege to present those scholarships to 2 very deserving young women, Jean Pinto and Andrea Dispenseri.
The Riverview Garden Club of Greater Wayne Scholarship will be presented by Mrs. Kathleen Shepard. She is the president of this club.
The Riverview Garden Club has been in existence since 1958. Some of the goals of this club are to help improve the quality of the environment and the appearance of the community. Also, awarding cash donations towards scholarships to a student at each high school are an annual tradition. Here at Wayne Hills, the monetary award is designated to a student who has maintained a GPA at the top of her class. She is a member of the National Honor Society, cheerleader, member of the Ecology and Spanish Clubs, officer for SDA. She has also balanced academics with a work schedule and has been very active in her church group. In the fall, she'll be attending Penn College of Technology. So deservedly, this scholarship award goes to Amy Zierfeld.
The St. Gobain Performance Plastic Scholarship is a scholarship that is presented for continuing education at a four-year college or university. The recipient of this award is going to Rutgers and will be studying physics, and it is Matthew Blackman. Okay, the Toshiba Excellence in Education Scholarship is given for scholastic achievement, community service, and extracurricular activities. And I would like to give this to the recipient who made a good choice of colleges, Ithaca College, whose major is undecided, Andrew Bucci. As an alumni of Ithaca, I couldn't resist the plug. The Wayne chapter of Unico International Scholarship will be presented by Mrs. Roxanne Scala. Again, welcome and thank you.
Thank you very much. On behalf of the Wayne chapter of Wayne Unico, which is an Italian volunteer community organization that raises funds and then gives its money away to worthwhile causes such as this scholarship, I would like to proudly present this $1,000 scholarship to John Sama. Congratulations.
The Wayne Council of PTO Educational Achievement Award will be presented by Mrs. Sue Sikorsky, co-president of the Wayne Council of PTOs and also the president of the Wayne Hills PTO. Sue?
Each year, the Wayne Council of PTOs gives an award for educational achievement. This year's award goes to a student attending Southampton University studying marine biology, Daniel Azzolini.
Thank you, Sue. Okay. The Wayne Council PTO Browse and Shop Academic Award will be presented by Mrs. Eileen Albanese, an officer in the Wayne Council of PTOs.
Good evening. It's my distinct pleasure tonight to present on behalf of the Wayne Council of PTOs Browse and Shop 5 different awards for academic achievement. Our first scholarship will go to a graduating senior attending Carnegie Mellon and majoring in architecture, Ashley Bakelman. Our next scholarship, also for academic achievement, will be presented to a graduating senior attending New York University, majoring in information systems, Thomas Chiaffi. The next Browse and Shop Scholarship, also presented for academic achievement, will go to a graduating senior attending Emory University, Helena Klein. The next Browse and Shop Scholarship, also for academic achievement, will be presented to a graduating senior attending the University of Pennsylvania, majoring in biophysics, Michael Laurie. The final scholarship on behalf of the PTO Browse and Shop for academic achievement will be presented to a graduating senior attending Drew University, majoring in English, Kristen Leskowitz. Congratulations.
Thank you. And on a personal level, the Browse and Shop is a wonderful, eclectic type of place. And if you ever wanted to donate or actually look at some really neat stuff for a very reasonable price, you're supporting a very worthy cause. Okay, the Wayne Council PTO Commemorative Scholarship will be presented by Ms. Jill Cataldi of Pines Lake, the Pines Lake PTO President. Thank you for joining us.
Okay, I would like to present this year's Wayne Council of PTO's Commemorative Award to a student who will be attending Rutgers University with a major in pharmacy. This award goes to Thomas Yu. Another of this year's recipient of the Wayne Council of PTO's Commemorative Award goes to a student who will be attending the College of New Jersey in the fall. This award is presented to Heidi Doherty. And one of the students who is this year's recipient of the Wayne Council of PTO's Leadership Scholarship Award will be attending New York University, majoring in liberal arts. This award goes to Charles Mysak. And my last presentation for the Wayne Council of PTO's Leadership Award is given to a student who will be attending Cornell University with a major in urban planning. This recipient of this award is Catherine Minster.
The Wayne Council of PTO's Community Service Scholarship will be presented by, again, Mrs. Sue Sikorsky, the co-president of the Wayne Council of PTOs. Sue?
On behalf of the Wayne Council of PTOs, it is my pleasure to present the first of two Community Service Awards to a student who will be attending Rowan University studying physics, Kathleen Sullivan. Our second Community Service Award this evening goes to a student attending Penn State University with a major of computer science, Brian Google. Congratulations to you both.
Is this the science and technology now? Do we have a... Come on up. We have a little mix-up on the program, so I have to get Mrs. Albanese up. Okay, sure. Come on up. Okay. We'll do it together.
I am not Patty Bowman. That's
I know that.
confusion.
Eileen, I know that. That's why I was confused. Okay, on the behalf of the Wayne Council PTO's Cultural Workshop, Mrs. Albanese will present this award. Okay.
Little change in the program. On behalf of the Wayne Council of PTO's Cultural Workshop, it's my privilege to present several scholarships for different varying cultural type of majors for our students moving on. The first scholarship will be presented for performing arts scholarship to a student attending Western Connecticut State University, majoring in music education, Kevin Shadell. Okay, the next scholarship is in the field of visual arts, presented to a student attending Maryland Institute College of Art, majoring in multimedia, Haley Silverman. Our next scholarship is presented in the field of education to a student attending William Patterson University, majoring in math education, Virginia Harrison. I'm sorry. Our next scholarship, also in the field of education, is presented to a student attending Kutztown University, majoring in elementary education, Stephanie Polney. Our next scholarship on behalf of the Cultural Workshop is presented in the field of science and technology to a student attending St. John's University, majoring in pharmacy, Alyssa Lazara. Our final scholarship, also in the field of science and technology, is presented to a student attending the University of Scranton, majoring in biology, Nicole Matano. Thank you.
The Wayne Education Association Scholarship will be presented by Mr. Edward Zambrano.
Be nice. On behalf of the Wayne Education Association, it is my honor to present this scholarship to Gail Finkelstein.
Thank you, Mr. Zambrano. The Wayne Hills PTO Scholarship will be presented by two people tonight. Mrs. Anita Dispensari, who's site-based and is involved in almost every interview we have for hiring new staff and knows every staff member very well. We thank her for that. And our PTO Treasurer and Board of Education member, Mrs. Karen Hershaft. This is the PTO Scholarship.
Good evening. I'm still Karen Hershaft, this time wearing a different hat as the PTO Treasurer, and this is Anita Dispensari, our Vice President. We'd like to congratulate tonight's scholarship recipients, and we'd also like to congratulate the class of 2004. The PTO scholarships are made possible with the support of our parents and staff through fundraising. On behalf of the PTO, we would like to thank you for your continued support. It is our pleasure to award the following 8 students with scholarships. The first student is attending Fairleigh Dickinson University, Christopher Kowalczyk. The next student is attending the College of New Jersey, majoring in finance, Danny Albanese. Doing well. Our next student is attending Quinnipiac University, majoring in public relations, Alex Rahm. Our next student is attending Sacred Heart University, majoring in physical therapy and exercise science, Krista Caltagirone.
The next Wayne Hills PTO scholarship is awarded to a student who will be attending Montclair State University as a finance major. Congratulations to Kevin Connolly. Another scholarship from the Wayne Hills PTO is being offered to a student who will be majoring in computer engineering at Virginia Tech. This student is Christopher Hughes. This fine student plans to study business and computers at Lehigh University. A Wayne Hills PTO scholarship is awarded to Matthew Smith. Wayne Hills PTO is proud to present this scholarship to a student who plans to attend Seton Hall University as a finance major. The award goes to Joseph Iannacone.
The Wayne Police Athletic League Scholarship. Do we have Mr. Harold Roselle here? Okay. In his absence, I will present the Police Athletic League Scholarship to Andrew Bucci. The Wayne PBA Memorial Scholarship will be presented by our Student Resource Officer, Detective Kristen Wittig.
Okay. On behalf of the Wayne PBA Local 136, I'm honored to present the Wayne PBA Memorial Scholarships to two outstanding individuals who have proven themselves in school and in our community. The first recipient is Ankur Shah. The second recipient is Jennifer Marcus.
Thank you, Detective Wittig. I would like to dispel one rumor that was in our recent school newspaper. It seems that there's a fondness of our students for teasing Detective Wittig about his donut breaks and his coffee breaks. Anything is further from the truth. Our partnership with the Wayne Police Department has been a wonderful situation for all involved, and Detective Wittig is in excellent shape, and his lacrosse players who are moaning back here can attest to that because he can still outrun most of the team. So thank you, Detective Wittig. Okay. The Wayne School Nurses Award will be presented by Mrs. Margaret Peg Bailey, who's an RN, teaches in Allied Health at Wayne Hills.
Congratulations to the class of 2004. The Wayne School Nurses Award was created by the Wayne School Nurses to honor Virginia Lind, a Wayne School nurse for more than 20 years and the first school nurse supervisor of health services for the Wayne Public Schools. This award is presented annually to a student who will be entering a nursing program upon graduation from high school, and we do need nurses. This year, the award is being presented to a wonderful young woman who will be pursuing a career in nursing at Felician College, Jessica Kaminsky.
The Wayne School Retiree Scholarship will be presented by someone who is very active in the Scholar and Scholarship Board, and that is Mrs. Louise Bingham. Honors the scholarship. Again, Louise, thank you very much.
Hi, I'm Louise Bingham, and I represent the Wayne retirees. Who are the Wayne retirees? Well, they are teachers, administrative people, staff people who have been associated with the Wayne Board of Education and the students of Wayne. And the retirees still maintain their sincere interest in the students of Wayne. So it is our pleasure to present one of those students with our $1,000 scholarship, and that is Meryl Schrank.
The WMBC TV Scholarship Award will be presented by David Ortiz.
Thank you very much. On behalf of WMBC TV, which is based out of West Caldwell, New Jersey, I am pleased to present this year's $1,000 scholarship to Mira Jendi. Thanks, Mira.
We will be proceeding to part two before our break. But first, I would like to introduce a few people in the audience. The Wayne Scholarship and Honors Board has been an active organization in Wayne for several, in fact, a couple of decades. I know the type of work that goes into this, as I was able to chair it for a couple of years in the 90s. The people work tirelessly. They process literally hundreds of pages of paper and make a lot of very important decisions in terms of the future of our students. With us tonight, there are a few people here that I would just like to at least stand up and get the recognition. One is also your senior class advisor, Mr. Douglas Lehman. Thank you. Again, our PTO president, Mrs. Sue Sikorsky. The chairman of the committee this year, it's a thankless job, but a rewarding job because he could look and see how much has been accomplished, and that is our own Mr. Edward Zambrano. Is he still here? Ed? Okay. And finally, but not least, who will introduce part two of our program tonight is our supervisor of guidance at Wayne Hills High School, Mrs. Virginia Marr.
Good evening. Next section of our program are the national and state recognitions. A National Merit Finalist ranks among 15,000 academically talented high school seniors who have qualified in the 49th Annual National Merit Scholarship Program. More than 1.3 million students entered the 2004 merit program when they were juniors by taking the 2002 PSAT test. Fewer than 1% of the nation's high school seniors were named finalists. Wayne Hills High School is proud to honor Michael Lurie as our National Merit Finalist. Michael will attend the University of Pennsylvania, majoring in biophysics. Michael. Now, I'm going to ask that Michael just stand across the end of the stage because I'm going to have the commended students stand next to him. We're now going to do the National Merit Commended Students. I would like you to hold your applause till the end, and I'd like them to just line up next to Michael. The designation as a National Merit Commended Student places them among the top 34,000 students of over 1 million students who took the 2002 PSAT test. These students have shown exceptional academic promise and receive a letter of commendation. Tonight, we honor the following National Merit Commended students. Ashley Bakelman. Ashley will be attending Carnegie Mellon University, majoring in architecture. Adam Benson. Adam will be attending Penn State University, majoring in business. Matthew Blackman. Matthew will be attending Rutgers, majoring in physics. James Gerber. James Gerber will be attending Tufts. Helena Klein. Helena Klein will be attending Emory University. Jeffrey Kornitzer. Jeffrey will be attending the College of New Jersey, majoring in medicine. Matthew Kurek will be attending the University of Pennsylvania, majoring in digital media design. Allison Kwiatkowski will be attending the University of Pennsylvania, majoring in chemistry. Kristen Leskowitz will be attending Drew University, majoring in English. David Ortiz will be attending Penn State University, majoring in music and computer science. Ankur Shah will be attending Drexel University, majoring in biology and computer science. Matthew Sheffield will be attending Syracuse University, majoring in TV, film, and radio. And Michael Wu will be attending New Jersey Institute of Technology. Let's have a nice round of applause for our commended students. Okay, take it for them. 23 students at Wayne Hills High School have been named Edward J. Blaustein Distinguished Scholars. These are students who placed in the top 10% of their classes and have a minimum combined SAT score of 1,260. Nearly 5,000 distinguished scholars received award offers for the coming year. Distinguished scholars are offered an annual award of $950 without regard to financial need, but they must attend a New Jersey college or university. I'm going to call all of our Blaustein scholars up as a group. Please hold your applause till the end. Our first Blaustein scholar is Dan Albanese, who's not with us this evening. Our next one is Neil Ascione, who's attending Rutgers to major in civil engineering. Ashley Bakelman. Michael Bavona, attending NJIT. He's not with us this evening. Matthew Blackman. Thomas Jaffe, attending NYU to major in information systems. Rishi Desai, attending NYU, major in finance. Natasha Frungen, attending University of Connecticut, majoring in pharmacy. Mira Gendy, attending the University of Pennsylvania, majoring in the biological basis of behavior. James Gerber. Jason Greendyke, attending Ramapo College. All right. Jason Jablonski, attending Rutgers, majoring in accounting. Helena Klein. Jeffrey Kornitzer. Matthew Couric. Allison Kwiatkowski. Young Eun Lee, majoring in biology at Rutgers. Kristen Leskowitz. Michael Lurie. Carrie O'Keefe, attending Penn State. David Ortiz. Matthew Sheffield. And okay.
Congratulations. Oh, they moved down a little bit. How thoughtful. Thank you.
And Thomas Yu, attending Rutgers, majoring in pharmacy. Congratulations to all of our Blaustein scholars, and thank you. We will now have a 5-minute intermission while we prepare for our academic recognition awards. Please stay on the stage, just stand and stretch. Okay.
We will now continue our program with the presentation of the Academic Recognition Awards. The Wayne Hills Valedictorian Award will be presented by Mrs. Sue Sikorsky. And the recipient... Do you have words you want to say?
No, you can say it. Go ahead.
No, do you have words? Okay.
Since it's already been said, go ahead. Go ahead.
Well, you can announce the...
The Wayne Council of PTOs is pleased to present the valedictorian plaque to Jeffrey Kornitzer. This year's salutatorian award goes to Matthew Couric.
The American Legion Award for Outstanding Girl and Boy students at Wayne Hills High School will go to Ashley Bakelman and Matthew Couric. The Principal's Leadership Award, and this involves the ability to demonstrate academic and exemplary leadership roles in school and community activities. The recipient is Jennifer Marcus. The Character Award is presented to Kristen Leskowitz. The Humanitarian Award will be going to a student that is going to attend the College of New Jersey, major undecided, and that is Heidi Doherty. The Patriot Spirit and Pride Award, there is a male and female recipient. Our female is going to Cornell University, studying urban planning, and it's Catherine Minster. Wait. Okay. The male recipient will be going to Stevens Institute of Technology to study mechanical engineering, and that is John Sama. The Ada Krigman English as a Second Language Award will be presented by me in place of Mr. Joseph Riley, our ESL teacher. The recipient of this award will be Jeffrey Song. He's not here either. Okay. The Allied Health Science Award will be presented by, again, Mrs. Margaret Bailey.
The first part of the Allied Health Award goes to a wonderful young woman who has achieved the highest academic ranking in my class of 2 classes. It goes to Nicole Fantuzzi, who will be going to William Patterson College. The other award is a Community Service Award that goes to 2 young women who have demonstrated the skills of caring, kindness, empathy, and I could go on and on. They are excellent role models for the graduating class today, Brianne Daniel and Lisa George.
The Business Education Award will be presented by the Department Chair of Technology and Business Education, Mr. John Maiello.
Thank you. In business education, the Wayne Hills High School Department recognizes a young man who has proven himself academically as well as in the application of the business practices. We present the Business Education Award to Daniel Albanese. I also have the honor of giving the Cooperative Industrial Education Award, and that goes to Creolis Nashed, and he's the recipient of this particular award. Creolis has demonstrated an outstanding work ethic along with his academic accomplishments, and we thank him.
The Fred P. Sharkey Award for English will be presented by Mr. Michael Mandel, a teacher of English at Wayne Hills High School.
Good evening. Before I actually give the award to the recipient, I'd like to say that
as Angela would know, it was an exceptionally difficult choice. It took me over 4 weeks to choose. I knew Fred personally. Fred was a man dedicated to the profession of teaching English, responsibility to literature, and most of all, the students. When he developed cancer, he would come in for 2 periods a day, go to chemotherapy, and then come back and finish out the day. The name is worthy to the recipient. However, the people that were on that list need to be recognized. Most philosophical, Helena Klein. Best memoir writer, Kristen Leskowitz. Most well-read, Dave Shaman. Symphony in Words, Heidi Doherty. Most analytical, Matt Couric. Best writer, Haley Silverman. And finally, I had to put them all together, and it was Jeff Kornitzer. Congratulations, Jeff.
The English Competition Award will be presented by our department chair in English, Mrs. Angela Mancinelli.
For the past 3 years, the students at Wayne Hills High School have been involved in the Wordmaster Challenge, a national competition that tests a student's ability to think critically about literature. In each of those 3 years, our school, along with individual students, have been recognized for their outstanding performance. During her 4 years at Wayne Hills High School, Helena Klein has developed a mastery of language and literature on many planes, and it is my pleasure to award her one of tonight's English Competition Awards. Helena? An understanding of implication, innuendo, inference, and wit are essential to relating to the world of literature. No one could be called a word master and not possess this understanding. The second of tonight's English Competition Awards goes to T.J. Chiaffi, who nails it.
Our Family and Consumer Science Award, he also chairs this department, Mr. John Maiello.
Thank you again. The awards for excellence in family consumer science are for 2 young ladies who have been outstanding in all the areas of the curriculum. It is a pleasure to present these awards and the gift to Diana DiLorenzo and Maria Klimoviski. I apologize. Could you pronounce that for me? That's not here? Okay. Diana? Thank you. Thank you.
The Fine Arts Award will be presented by Mrs. Audrey Schwind, an art teacher at Wayne Hills High School.
This year, the art department is honoring 2 talented individuals. They're both very dedicated and dedicated to art, very creative. The first is Yu Young Wang, who could not be with us this evening. Yu Young is never without her sketchbook. She has a special talent for doing portraiture. And next is Haley Silverman. Haley is not only an amazing artist, she was our first National Art Honor Society president, and Haley will be attending the Maryland Institute College of Art.
The Mathematics Award will be presented by Mrs. Pat Nudowitz, our department chair in math, also co-chair for our Middle States Accreditation Committee.
Mathematics Award is presented to an individual who possesses not only an exceptional ability to put theory into practice, but who also communicates his understanding in a way that helps others to attain mastery. This year's recipient is a great communicator. Each teacher has commented on his incredible wit. His performance from the beginning to the end of each course reflected consistency and commitment. On behalf of the Mathematics Department, I am pleased to present this award to Matthew Keurig. The Computer Science Award is presented to a student with exceptional programming ability. As a sophomore, he achieved the highest possible score on the Advanced Placement Test using the programming language C++. This year, the recipient of this award is currently working on designing graphical user interface programs in Java. Maybe he'll explain that to somebody later. On behalf of the Mathematics Department, I am pleased to present this award to Michael Laurie. The recipient of this year's Mathematics Competitions Award has consistently demonstrated a natural ability for solving complex problems with ease. He possesses an innate ability to rationalize, reason, and solve problems in a unique way. He faces each challenge with enthusiasm and confidence. He has brought honorable recognition to our school and to himself. I am pleased to present this award to Anka Shah.
Now for our music awards, I'd like to introduce instrumental music teacher and director of our band, Mr. Matthew Paterno. Do you want to introduce
Our choral music award this year goes to a young lady who has been very active in all aspects of our vocal music program. She has been a member of our concert and chamber choirs, as well as our magical choir and our all-school productions. She has distinguished herself by earning a nomination to the New Jersey Governor's School for Voice and was listed in Who's Who among American high school students. On behalf of Miss Marcia Owens and our choirs, I'm pleased to present this award to Carly Hess. Being an outstanding musician encompasses many characteristics, including technical ability, dedication, compassion, and a will to succeed. Tonight, we recognize a student who has brought honor to himself, our school, and our community by earning positions in the North Jersey Area Band and the Rutgers Honors Band. He has played throughout the state as part of the Metropolitan Brass Band and with the local student groups. He has been a student leader in our band and helped to build the skills of our younger members. The high standard he set for himself helped to inspire all of our musicians and raise the bar for our entire organization. The Outstanding Instrumental Music Award for 2004 is presented to David Ortez. He even wears a drum tie. The Wayne Hills Band Boosters are an incredibly enthusiastic and energetic group of parents who work for the betterment of our students' musical experience. Led by their president, Mrs. Sue Sikorsky, they spend countless hours behind the scenes so that the students can enjoy the spotlight. The student they would like to honor this year has fulfilled the same role. He has pulled our band along, sometimes quite literally, and helped all of our musicians to reach their goals. His sense of pride and commitment to the band is reminiscent of the parents themselves. On behalf of the Wayne Hills Band Boosters, I would like to present their annual Senior Award Scholarship to Neil Ashoni. Thank you. The United States Marine Corps prides themselves on the principles of honor, courage, and commitment. Their Semper Fidelis Award for Musical Excellence seeks to recognize a student who upholds the same standards as a member of our band program. Semper Fidelis means always faithful, and this student has certainly been that. He has played in every ensemble we have and has led them as well. His commitment is unquestionable, and the courage he has shown through his effort as a leader is inspirational. I am proud to present this year's Semper Fidelis Award to John Sama. Lastly, but certainly not least of our awards, the John Philip Sousa Award. John Philip Sousa is known as the March King, but he is also credited with laying the foundation for what modern community and school bands have become. Since 1954, the John Philip Sousa Award has been used to recognize thousands of outstanding students on a national level. This award has a special significance at Wayne Hills as it is given to the senior who the fellow students feel has done the most during their time here to build and advance our program. The student they chose this year has helped to advance all aspects of our program and has kept a watchful eye out for everyone. She has served as an officer, captain, and mother hen, while still setting the example of how heads, heart, and talent can be used to accomplish great things. Those of you who know her know it's going to be our turn to cry now that she is leaving, but she will never be forgotten. On behalf of the members of the Wayne Hills Band, it gives me great pleasure to present the 2004 John Philip Sousa Award to Dea Galera. Now I'd like to introduce Mr. Chuck Sastry to present his award.
Thank you. The Walter F. Smith Memorial Scholarship Award is given to a student who has an outstanding love and dedication for music. Walter was a businessman who played trumpet, and he felt that this award should go to the student who is maybe not continuing on in music as a vocation, but has shown great spirit throughout his high school years. And for this person, I can attest even through his elementary and middle school years. This year, the award goes to Kevin Shadell.
The Physical Education Awards will be presented by Ms. Maureen Weir, our Department Chair of Physical Education and Fine and Performing Arts. Maureen.
Congratulations to all the recipients this evening. The 2004 Physical Education Award is presented to one male and one female graduating senior. These students have a sincere appreciation for movement. In fact, they love to play, regardless of the outcome. They also promote a healthy lifestyle and demonstrate leadership qualities in class. This year, on behalf of the Wayne Hills High School Physical Education Department, I'm proud to award Ashley Bakelman and Timothy Glita, recipients of the 2004 award.
Our Science Awards will be presented by Dr. Tony DeFina, Department Chair.
All right, calm down. Good evening. I noticed that the Science Award is listed under the heading of Music Awards, so I'm going to try to sing this. Only kidding. Little Brooklyn humor. The Science Awards Committee recognizes the talents and the aspirations of students who not only have excelled academically by exhausting our very competitive and very elaborate program, but also have contributed to the department, especially by participating in just about every competitive team that we put out in the science field, and also have demonstrated a sincere interest in science beyond the classroom and beyond the school. This year, we present the Science Award to two students with a focus on the physical sciences, Jeff Kornitzer and Mira Gendy. And we also present the award to Michael Lurie with an emphasis on the life sciences.
duck. Yeah. The Marion Pitt Award for Technology Education will be presented by Mr. John Maiello, Department Chair.
Thank you again. Two outstanding students have demonstrated expertise in the area of technology education and its applications. The Marion Pitt Technology Education Award is given to Dana Lynn Bilecki and Adam Maslowski. Dana will go on to study at Muhlenberg College Pre-Med, and Adam will be studying engineering at NJIT. I congratulate you.
Our Television Production Award will be presented by Mr. James Hookstrait, our TV production teacher. Jim?
I feel very privileged tonight to present these awards to four top-notch individuals who made this year's TV program a huge success. Whether it was producing freshman orientation, the budget video, or the football highlight video, each one demonstrated talent, creativity, and the work ethic necessary to realize their production goals. I am very proud to say that two of these individuals will be furthering their TV careers in college, one at Syracuse, the other one at Fairleigh Dickinson. And I'm sure they will be very successful there. All four will be very sorely missed and extremely difficult to replace. These are Melissa Anderson, Matthew Sheffield, Pete Camerata, and Lisa Saporito. Thank you.
Our World Language Award will be presented by Mrs. Jean Modig, our Department Chair in World Studies and World Languages. We have a few. Okay, we have a few. You can just
Good evening. The recipient of our French Award has an exceptional gift for imitating the sounds of the beautiful French language. She has also demonstrated excellence in reading and writing through her 5 years of the study of French. According to Mrs. Curtin, Natasha is both a superior student and a very lovely young lady. It is my pleasure to present the French Award to Natasha Frugian. Our next award recipient has been a student of Italian for 4 years. During that time, Mr. Zito has admired her academic talent, as well as her honesty, integrity, cooperation, and reliability. He wishes her a buona fortuna, and so do I. The Italian award is given to Diana Di Lorenzo. The Latin language is going strong at Wayne Hills. Latin boasts the largest club in our school and features an educational slideshow or PowerPoint presentation at every club meeting. 40 Wayne Hills students recently received medals and certificates of merit on the National Latin exam, but the only student to be recognized at the highest level of that national test was Jeff Kornitzer. With an A average for all 5 years of Latin, I am proud to present the Latin Award to the unsurpassed Mr. Jeff Kornitzer. The next award is being given to the Spanish 5 student with the highest average. He has become known for his willingness to take risks in the target language, speaking Spanish both inside and outside of the classroom. With congratulations from Ms. Amaral, the Spanish award is presented to Jeff Kornitzer. Latin is the mother tongue of all of our offerings, our language offerings at Wayne Hills. In the Latin world, there are various levels of excellence. There is cum laude, magna cum laude, maxima cum laude, and summa cum laude. And now, there is Cornitzer laude. Inventor of the Language Council, an overarching umbrella for all world language clubs, Jeff proved that there is strength in unity. His bright mind conceived of numerous initiatives, and his perseverance and hard work saw each of them through to fruition. He turned Foreign Language Week into a school-wide celebration. When told that there was a freeze on field trips, he invented the Language Club Olympics, an enormously popular field day held on our own campus. He has been a strong departmental advocate, going so far as to petition the governor to increase funding and support for world languages. Thank you, Jeff. We are so proud of what you are and what we have become because of you. On behalf of the World Language staff, it is with great joy that I present you with the World Language Overall Award. Mr. Zellner speaks of our Social Science Award recipient as one of the most hardworking and outspoken students with a natural inclination towards the social sciences. He is a skilled debater, has excellent organizational skills, and loves to work for a cause. On behalf of the Social Studies Department, I am therefore pleased to present the Social Science Award to Jeff Cornitzer.
The Political Science Award is sponsored by the League of Women Voters. The League of Women Voters is a nonpartisan political organization that encourages the informed and active participation of citizens in government. The recipient of this award in 2004 is Jeffrey Cornitzer. Okay, we'll take a Cornitzer break now. Okay. Activities and athletic recognition. Now the awards and scholarships. The athletic awards will be presented by Mr. Bruce Keogh. And Bruce.
Good evening. And I echo the sentiments of all the award givers tonight. We congratulate all the recipients. I have the honor tonight of presenting all of these honors for the athletic department and for Mr. Asclease in particular. This evening he is not able to be with us. He is attending the Meet of Champions tonight in South Plainfield, New Jersey, where many of our track athletes are competing. So he sends his apologies and he sends his good wishes to the recipients. The first presentation tonight is the Patriots Athletic Award, and that is presented to two of our finest athletes who are dedicated, loyal, and committed to a true sense of high school athletics. The recipients are Daniel Chang . The female recipient is Jean Marie Pinto. The next awards are presented by the New Jersey Interscholastic Athletic Association and the Directors of Athletics Administration of New Jersey. The NJSIAA athlete awards are presented to a male and female athlete who ranks in the top 10% of their senior graduating class. And this year's recipients are T.J. Chiaffi, the female recipient, Carrie O'Keefe. The Directors of Athletic Administration of New Jersey annually presents a $250 scholarship to the student athlete who attends the school of the Athletic Director of the Year for the New Jersey North 1 Athletic Directors part of New Jersey. So this year, Mr. Asclees was the recipient as the Athletic Director of the Year, and this year's scholarship in his name is given to Kelly Lake. Congratulations. The final presentation this evening is made available by the Wendy's High School Heisman Scholarship Committee and the National Association of Secondary School Principals. And this year's recipients are Daniel Chang, and the female recipient is Kelly Lake. Thank you.
The Ecology Club Award will be presented by Mr. Arafini.
Thank you. The Ecology Club loves to go around raising money because we like to give the money right back to our seniors who have been good ecologists. And Alicia isn't with us, but she will be receiving a $1,000 Ecology Club scholarship. Thank you, Alicia.
Our Erase Club Award, and that's End Racism and Sexism Everywhere, will be presented by Mrs. Susan Lewis.
The Erase Club, which stands for End Racism and Sexism Everywhere, has the difficult job of making the community aware of prejudice and bias in the hope of educating without moralizing and preaching so that people can live, and this is kind of cheesy, effectively, harmoniously, and peacefully together. The senior who is being honored tonight has not only worked hard to promote Erase, but also epitomizes its ideals. It is with great pride and joy and honor that I present our president, Lauren Lashevsky, as the senior recipient of the 2004 Erase Club Award. My last cheat. Thank you. Thank you.
The Interact Club Award will be presented by Mrs. Joyce Savastano.
The Interact Club is a community service organization. We are sponsored by the Rotary Club, and in fact, we are sponsored by the Wayne PM Rotary Club. I am very pleased today to present the Interact Club Award to Ashley Bakelman. As president of the Interact Club, Ashley worked with her fellow officers to plan numerous volunteer activities. She implemented those plans, motivated the other members to participate, and then participated in every activity herself as well. Ashley leads by example, and I had the very, very fine pleasure of working with her this year. Ashley. This is yours.
The Interact Rotary Club Scholarship will be presented by Mrs. Diane Baselli. Thanks again.
The object of both Rotary and Interact is to foster service within the community. They maintain high standards. I really had the distinct pleasure of working with one outstanding Interact student this year. She led the club with so many activities. She truly exemplified the Rotary motto of service above self. She's kind, hardworking, and just an outstanding person. And I'm pleased to present the award to Ashley Bakelman.
The Lantern Award for Outstanding Service to our literary magazine is presented to Matt Couric.
The Leadership Award for the senior class will be presented by co-advisors Ms. Yuzo and Mr. Lehman. Marie's not here, right?
It's unfortunate that Penn State only has 30,000 students, because I believe this student will be an inspiration to all the people at that university. When she graduates 4 years from now, hopefully, I'm confident in two things. I don't know what she'll be doing, but I'm confident in this. She'll be striving to make the world a better place. And number two, she'll be brightening the lives of all around her. This year's award for the senior leadership is Carrie O'Keefe.
I'll have to keep that in mind when I present the Staff Ingenuity Award this last faculty meeting. Okay. The Leo Club Award, Mr. Alrafini.
Thank you. It's nice to see you getting all these awards. It really is. The Leo Club, sponsored by the Wayne Lions, who love to raise money and then give it all away. We do impact the visually impaired, and we have two very prime goals in Wayne. One is Camp Marcella, which is the only camp for blind children in the state of New Jersey, and the Foundation for the Handicapped. We like to give all of our money away. We give away scholarship money to all 5 high schools, well, 4 high schools in Wayne. We give 2 awards to Wayne Hills because we have a Leo Club here. And Leo Club is about service, helping those that are less fortunate than we are. And this young man has helped me for 4 years. I shall dearly miss him. He has guided me, led me, tugged me, said we have to do this, and we've done it, and he's helped me in many, many ways. This year's recipient of the $1,000 scholarship, is Pete Camerata. Wait a minute, Pete. Got to give you your $1,000. That would help. The next award, named after Lieutenant Carrie A. Arthur, who died in the service of our country years ago. Carrie attended Wayne Hills, also attended Annapolis, and flew for the United States and was lost in the Mediterranean near Libya. And he was my friend. His mom is in the audience, Mrs. Arthur. I loved him dearly, and he would have been, one of his goals was to become a U.S. citizen, which I know, a U.S. a senator, which I know he would have achieved. And watching us now, I am very careful who I give this award to. Without the help of this young lady, who finally achieved recycling at Wayne Hills, be it bottles, cans, all right, glass, we are finally recycling. And without her help, I attended governor's school last year. And one of my favorite people ever to attend Wayne Hills, the $1,000 Lieutenant Carrie A. Arthur Ecology Club Award goes to Kristen Leskowitz.
The Margaret Erdman Award for the Fine and Performing Arts, presented by Mr. Michael Castagna.
The Margaret Erdman Award is given in memory of Maggie Erdman. Maggie is a former colleague, a close friend. The auditorium is named in her memory. Maggie was an outstanding educator and demanded nothing but excellence from her students. I like to think that Maggie sometimes resides in the auditorium. In fact, some of the kids think it's an urban legend. When I'm frustrated, I come down here and I talk to Maggie. If Maggie is in the auditorium, she certainly would be smiling at tonight's recipient. An outstanding gentleman in more ways than one. I've had the pleasure of working with this gentleman for a number of years in a number of capacities. In addition to his many fine achievements, he's also one of the most outstanding male actors I've ever had a pleasure of working with. His sophomore year, he portrayed Tom in Glass Menagerie, an outstanding performance in Shadowbox, which is a tremendously demanding play. He helped assistant direct as well as star in A Midsummer's Night Dream, our first Shakespearean play. Behind the scenes, he worked as a student director, he worked as a production manager, he created our programs. He's studying a computer graphic design. I like to think I had some little help in pushing him in that direction because Matt has done a wonderful job designing our programs for us. Matt, I can't say enough. I'm going to miss you greatly. The recipient of this year's Maggie Erdman Award and a $600 scholarship goes to Matt Couric. I also have one other award, and this is a service award. Our Mask and Gavel organization does the daily announcements. Matt had to deal with me in more ways than one, and I appreciate everything he's done for us. Matt, thank you.
The National Honor Society Award and scholarships will be presented by Mr. Bruce Keogh.
Good evening once again. Most of the time, the National Honor Society students always see me with one other person, and that is Mrs. Yor. And Mrs. Yor and I, she is my co-advisor. She's not able to be here tonight because she has a very painful shoulder, elbow, wrist condition that right now she has in a sling, and she's quite exhausted. But she shares with me the honor of letting all of you know, National Honor Society members and parents who are National Honor Society member parents, as well as those of you who are recipients and other parents in the senior class. And late April, we had a National Honor Society senior dinner, which was held at the Brownstone. And there are two different awards I would like to present tonight. One is the National Honor Society Award that is given each year to the individual who made the greatest difference in the National Honor Society for that year. And it could be in any area from leadership to dedication to communication. And this year's recipient is our president, Kristen Leskowitz. At the senior dinner, and this is a surprise to no one, is that the National Honor Society scholarship winners were announced. And tonight is the night that they've been looking forward to, because tonight is the night they receive the money. Recipients of $500 scholarships are Matthew Couric, Kristen Leskowitz, Catherine Minster. $250 scholarship winners are Melissa Anderson, Ashley Bagelman, Diana DiLorenzo, Tim Galita, Jenny Lee. Thank you.
The Student Council Leadership Award and Scholarships will be presented by the co-advisors, Mrs. Fernanda Amaral and Mr. Joseph Terso.
Ms. Amaral and I would first like to extend a sincere thanks to the entire student body and Wayne community for making this year's Student Council efforts a success. Without the leadership and dedication of the Executive Board of the Wayne Hills Student Council, this year's accomplishments would not be a reality.
Okay, and this year's Student Council Leadership Award, this goes to Jen Marcus. And our scholarships goes to Gail Finkelstein, TJ Siafi, Rachel Litsky, Carrie O'Keefe, Jean Pinto, and Jennifer Marcus.
The Student Dance Association Awards and Scholarships will be presented by Mrs. Linda Nugnes.
Thank you, Linda. When we think of these young ladies, the words that come to mind are talented, amazing dancer, calming, personable spirit, organized, determined, and true leaders. Each of them led in a different way, but every member of SDA knew who they could look up to and to look for in every aspect of the show. They knew how to carry on their responsibilities with pride and efficiency, and we were very, very proud of them this year. We would also like to congratulate their parents. You're sending off to the world great resources. We know they will make you proud. On behalf of the advisors, I would like to present this year's Student Dance Association Awards to 4 very lovely young ladies. We will miss them very, very much. The 2004 Student Dance Association Awards go to Dana Bachna, Danielle Serber. Merle Schrank. And Rachel Litsky. Thank you.
Thank you. The Theater Arts Awards, the technical award will be presented by Mr. Michael Castagna.
Actually, both these awards go to the unsung heroes of the stage, the technical crew. This year, instead of giving an acting award, which I think I covered with Margaret Urban, I had two outstanding technicians. Long before the actors arrive in the auditorium, scenery needs to be built, lights need to be focused. Long after the actors go home and are in bed or at cast parties, the scenery gets taken down, the lighting changes. The two gentlemen are products of a line of technical theater. Both had members of their family precede them, and it's kind of sad to see at least one dynasty come to an end. I can't thank them enough for the long hours. Anything that's done in the auditorium, not just the plays, but it'd be the band concerts, the choral concerts, the elementary schools that use our auditorium, the SDA program when we take our lighting equipment over to the gymnasium, the outside rentals, countless hours of time put into the auditorium. The first of the two technical awards goes to John Sama. I'd also like to thank Mr. and Mrs. Sama. John is the last of four brothers who did lighting. For the last 14 years, I've screamed out Sama in this auditorium, and someone answered. So thank you for your sons. The second recipient is a stage manager. He's a set construction genius. He rides herd and everybody backstage. During the show, I sit out in the auditorium. Sometimes I'm a better show than the actors, because when things go wrong and they're not moving, and John, the lights aren't changing at the right time, I start to squirm and get upset. But he's done an outstanding job. His older brother also did the same thing, and I understand that his younger sister is going to take over in his place. Adam Maslowski, our stage manager.
The Yearbook Awards will be presented by Mr. John Maiello.
Normally, Mr. Ryerson is here to present awards. He is ill tonight and asked me to do it for him. I'd be glad to do it for him, as I see all the hard work that's done down there. But on behalf of Mr. Ryerson and Wayne Hills, it's our pleasure to present the recipients of this year's Yearbook Awards in the area of yearbook publication. The recipients are Gail Finkelstein, Danielle Serber, James Robinson, and Catherine Minster.
I am in awe of the breadth and the depth of the involvement and participation of the seniors in this year's class. 84 different students received various awards and scholarships tonight, and I think it's a great reflection on them, on their parents, on their teachers, and on our school community. The future leaders of tomorrow, and we hope in Wayne, are sitting before us. It was a long evening. I want to thank all the seniors for enduring a 2-hour presentation, but I think it shows the type of respect they have for the community and all the people that have worked hard with them to accomplish these things. So on behalf of the staff and administration, I wish you well, have a safe trip home, and I will see you at graduation. Thank you. Great job, guys. You guys are great.
Johnish. John.
Congratulations, everyone.